Hello everyone! I am so excited. I cannot even begin to describe just how excited I am for this today. Welcome to the live reaction experience for the Weeknd's Hurry Up Tomorrow. I have been saying hurry up Abel for getting this album out. Oh my god. I've done a number of different videos about the Weeknd on this channel, a lot of them relating to this album actually. So I am just incredibly excited to be talking about it today and listening to it today. Now, just before we went live, we got a update on the track list. So now we know exactly from what we've already heard on the concerts is on this album and what isn't on this album, at least from what we've seen so far. Hey. Interestingly, Dancing in the Flames is not on the album. There was some theories about this album that it was going to be a double album. So if those rumors of the double albumness of it all are true, I'm going to be, well, hey, I'm going to be eating. Let's be really real about that. But, you know, nervous in a sense. But yes, I'm so excited to get started. Let's get into it. We have 22 songs to listen to. I'd say about 6 of them we've already heard. And the other thing that I did in preparation for this today was listen to After Hours and Dawn FM to like really get in the weeds with this one, because obviously this is the third part of the 3-part series, these last 3 albums. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is the last project that Abel is doing as the Weeknd. And then I think from this, he is going to be kind of rebranding his musical experience as Abel Tesfaye, his name. So that's exciting. I've just gone ahead and looked at Genius, and it doesn't look like all of the songs are up there yet. I think there's only 16 or 17 songs that have lyrics up there. So we're like boots on the ground early. Our first song today is Wake Me Up. I feel like I've been waiting to listen to this song since we went to the concert, because this was the start of the concert. This was truly so magical at the concert. We got such a different version of this thinking about it now. It just feels good, doesn't it? What song is coming out as a single with the release of this? Because we've already had, obviously, Dancing in the Flames, which is not on the album, Sao Paulo, Timeless. Do we know if anything else is coming out as a single? It's only just occurred to me that I don't know. That's it. Okay. So I guess there's no, at least at this stage, there's no single that's coming out with it. This is release. We'll see if there's anything that I think is worthy of being like the upon release single. Wake Me Up is gonna get there. It's just a slow burn intro. Ugh. Yes. Sao Paulo! Thinking about the intros on After Hours and Dawn FM, is this the best intro? I kind of think that it is. The thing that I really like about these albums is that they all, like I really felt this when I was listening to it again with After Hours. Every song just flows into one another. Like After Hours and Dawn FM especially because it's meant to be like thriller 80s radio station, that it's just like listening to the radio where it just flows on to the next song where they crossfade kind of songs into it. After Hours was really good for that. I'm excited to see where this one hits to, because I wonder if they will, just knowing what Sao Paulo and Timeless sound like. Let's see. Yes! Yes, give me those chords! Yes! They do go right into one another! I fucking love The Weeknd. Guys, something crazy happens when me and The Weeknd get together. Hey, goes without saying, That song was a fucking banger. I loved it when I saw it on tour. I was so sad, honestly, that we didn't have access to the song right after we saw it for the Sao Paulo show. And then, of course, when he was here, and we pretty much saw that exact show performed live. But yeah, I was like eating that song up when we heard it. Oh, I'm so glad all these things have been answered for me. So yes, this song goes right into Cry For Me, which is our next song. Should we just get into it? Yeah. Ooh. Another thing that I really like about After Hours, I'm so sorry I'm yapping, is that a lot of the sounds that are used in different songs will be used on like latest songs. This sounds so stupid, but it's like in a musical where you'll have like a character's signature sound. Every character has a sort of melody that is theirs, and then it tells you that like their thoughts or whatever are being conveyed in these next like musical moments. And that through line is all through both of those albums previous, and I can already hear Sao Paulo's musical backing in Cry For Me. That is so exciting. I could eat my fist. Oh yeah. That is so fun. That's so fun how they integrated that sound. That like sound that's like it kind of sounds like a xylophone that was recorded on like a you know, on a tape. It kind of sounds like a tape recorded xylophone sound. That feels very on theme for the sound that he's kind of gone for these last albums. And then the way that it integrated it after the drop into just the regular beat that was again, I'm about to eat my fucking fist. I want to see how this fades into the next song. Wait, it might not. I've only just realized that the third song is only 12 fucking seconds long. That's actually crazy. Song 3 and song 5 are under 30 seconds around Sao Paulo. What the fuck? I really liked that. That was definitely more of a slower vibe, but fun. Still, I'm engaged. I loved what they were doing production-wise, moving those different sounds around and hearing almost certain it's the beat for Sao Paulo, which is so fun. Like I was saying before, how he's done that on previous albums where he'll have that, you know, melody from somewhere appear earlier but not fully formed, and then he'll like throw it in to the actual song fully, and you're like, oh, I was ready to hear that. Oh, I saw the teaser and now I'm ready to yum, 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 eat it up. So I really like that. That was very exciting for me. The third song, like I said, is only 12 seconds long and it's I Can't Fucking Sing. Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. The way that went into Sao Paulo, the way it goes from Cry For Me into that song and then Sao Paulo. Oh, okay. Hold on. A lot of these songs are at least named like he's getting on stage again, right? Like Sao Paulo, that's where he was performing a lot of these songs, right? Opening night, you know, enjoy the show. Big sleep after that. I feel like we are literally gearing up to what, and that's why the promotion of this album I think is so clever, that he did a lot of those surprise shows. Like he did not a lot of time leading up to the promotion of the shows, just like, hey, I'm doing this here, get your tickets now. The Sao Paulo show, which is why then it was broadcast. And then I think he was meant to do one in LA, but then the fires happened and so they cancelled it. I feel like this album is very much going to be that. So, you know, Dawn FM was very these are my little Thriller radio vibe, and now we're like Thriller on the stage leading up to like a performance, which is so exciting. Sao Paulo, By the way, Sao Paulo features Anita, which is not on Spotify for some reason, that Anita's on this. She's on this, like, the single version of it. It says that it's with Anita, right? Sao Paulo, it doesn't. Why? Why? Anyway, I think it's fun that Anita's on this, given Anita also brought out music. So it was like a natural collaboration between the two of them. Let's listen to Sao Paulo. Now, we've all already heard this, but it is a banger. And when I saw it perform, I'll tell you, I was having a religious experience. Watching Anita throw her fucking body around for this song, that was insane. I will say, until the kind of main part of the song, it does sound like The Weeknd is featuring on someone else's song. This is definitely a sound that I feel like is in his wheelhouse, but he obviously features on a lot of music, and this song definitely doesn't necessarily feel like it's his song. Like, Anita's not necessarily giving the main vocal part of this song, so it doesn't necessarily sound like Anita's song. But I don't know, it just sounds like he's trying something that wasn't his until it starts the that's then when it's like his song, if you understand me. But this first bit, it's kind of like he's cosplaying another artist. I don't know. It just eats. Get ready. This bit. Anyway, I love that song so much. It's just fun. I love how it evolves. I do think it was a really interesting song for them to bring out as a single. I guess it makes sense because it does have the feature, just like Timeless has the feature as well. Also, Timeless doesn't say it's got the feature on here either. Spotify, what are you doing? You're making it hard for me. I feel like I'm being gaslit. I love that song so much. I love Anita on it. I think it's so funny the way it was promoted. Yeah, like I said, it does feel a little bit like different from what I know of The Weeknd's music in terms of how he performs on it, especially in that beginning. And I wonder if the like narrative of this whole album plays into that like if it is him reluctantly going on stage, then I wonder if this is like the pre-show. Do you know what I mean? Like this is the warm-up. This is the supporting part. And so he's like not really there and it's not really him singing. Do you know what I mean? Maybe I'm reading something I am not meant to be reading. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, anyway, let's move on to the fifth song, which is Until We're Skin and Bones, which has it to call it a song. It's only 22 seconds long. Oh! Right. I mean, you could say Until We're Skin and Bones. Sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. In terms of like, if you're listening to this as the full album, it makes a lot of sense. I enjoy listening to music best as full albums. I love having the whole story experience. I think this album's especially, we're only technically 3 songs into the album and 2 interludes. I definitely feel like this is like a full album listening experience, you know. Anyway, let's listen to our 6th song, which is Baptized in Fear, I'm Scared. If it sounds anything like the end of Until We're Skin and Bones, it's gonna be crazy. Nothing like it. This sounds, is there someone? Is that what it's called? Is there someone else? That sounded like Is There Someone Else, the music. Did anyone else pick up on that? Let's start it again. Like slowed down in the background. I fell asleep in the tub, I was met with paralysis. Figure in the corner, I can't quite see. I just know the shadow staring at me. It gets closer, it gets closer, it gets closer now. Yes. I'm cooking, okay? I'm cooking. So at the start of the Sao Paulo show, and then every other show of his that he did since kind of announcing this album, he's kind of come up as like a preacher, right? He gets on the top of the house thing that was on the stage, the mansion, and comes up like, yes, and then the gates behind him. Yeah, it was very religious. And now this feels also very, obviously it's called baptized, but like he's got people telling him to keep going, but there's something that's holding him back. But it feels very religious. Something to think about with the whole... His voice is just crazy. Getting a bit... I love how every time it happens, I freak out. But every time there's the perfectly bleeds into the next song, I just... I'm going insane. I really liked that song. It's definitely not like normally the kind of like I feel like you guys know me well enough by now that mostly I would say slow songs, they don't necessarily hit for me, but the atmosphere of that song being quite creepy, the figure that you can't quite see staring at me, I'm there. I'm in the story. These albums to me are so impressive. And so I really feel privileged to be alive at the time to enjoy this because there's something really special happening in this album and in his previous albums leading up to this one, of course. That's going to go in a creepy playlist. Oh, ooh, I can feel it. The cogs, they're turning. I'm thinking of things. I'm getting creative. Timmy! Thank you.
Your coffee. Hello.
Special delivery. Next up we have Open Hearts. The way that started, coming off from Baptized in Fear, sounded so good, so I'm really, really excited about it. It's got that dirty sound, like dirty bass sound. This also feels really similar to Wake Me Up, like some of the instrumentals really feel like a follow-on, like I was talking about before from Wake Me Up. Oh, I love that. The high piano synth keyboard. I was thinking before when I heard this line, do you guys think I was calling them like acolytes, the dancers, how they were fully robed on the tour. Do you reckon these are the fallen angels that he's talking about? The song goes crazy. And that's the start of the transition to opening night. I'm gonna scream. I really liked that song. That song was like, not quite like single territory, but like that building vibe that I can't get enough of it. I loved all of the instrumentation of that song. It was so fun. Just the way that it was so playful and creepy, and I could just eat it up. I'm really enjoying this. I really can't wait now for opening night. It's, again, a shorter song, but not as short as the previous shorties that we've had. This one's only a minute and a half. Oh, God, I can't wait to hear what this sounds like. The perfect transition. Oh. I love the phone sound. Hello. That was so fun. I really liked that. There's something about that kind of like 80s vibe that's very space feeling and very like tech feeling. I don't know. And that's all the sounds really evoked that for me, especially hearing that old telephone sound. Okay. So the narrative of the album. Why would you tell me that on my opening night? Or don't you know it's my opening night? Guys. Ooh, okay. Our next song is Reflections Laughing. Criminally terrifying imagery there in those words. I'm really excited to hear what this sounds like. From the kind of preview that we got from opening night, I think I'm going to really like this one. So slow. Like, stripped down. There's still like atmospheric sounds, but very... It's just an acoustic guitar. Oh, it's so pretty. What the hell? Ava, where are we going? That's so pretty. That fat bass coming in. Scared. The beginning of this song felt like, I might be taking the religious analogy a little bit too far, but it felt like, the way that it sounded felt a lot like 80s Christian television, maybe 90s, early 90s. I'm thinking, fuck, what's his name? The banana guy. Ray Comfort.
Behold, the atheist's nightmare. Now, if you study a well-made banana, you'll find on the far side there are 3 ridges. On the close side, 2 ridges. If you get your hand ready to grip a banana, there are 3 grooves. On the close side, 2 grooves. The banana and the hand are perfectly made one for the other.
Yeah. Would you ever doubt me and my knowledge on Christianity? It felt like those TV spots that felt like mysteriously happy, but they're like there's something insidious happening. And I also think about that with like the Mormon documentaries. They're more chilling out in the fields, you know, hey, they're just so happy. Or like Midsummer, that kind of vibe. We're like, hey, this is also inviting, except it's not. That's what I feel from this so far. But the bass makes it sound so eerie. Hello?
I know you're up. You think I don't know you're staying up all night, cooped up in that hotel room? I know you. Ain't no way you're asleep.
How much longer are you in Texas for?
Texas.
Don't let this industry break you, baby. Don't let them take you from it.
Wait, I've been up during state.
That sounds like Travis Scott. With Travis Scott!
At the top is my place.
This song has gone through 3 different, like, genre shifts, almost.
Living fire, living fake. Know you try, but it's late.
This song was so interesting. It went through such a journey for me, and I think me not knowing that Travis Scott was going to be on that was quite fun. I guess it was kind of inevitable that he was going to have a song with Travis Scott on the album, because when both The Weeknd and Travis were in Australia, was it the Sydney show for Travis? The Weeknd appeared because they were there at the same time. The Weeknd performed with him on stage. So it was a bit like, oh, okay, they're doing something. At least they're doing something together. I liked it. It was a journey. That song certainly was like, I'm going to listen to that on the album experience. But I don't know if I'd listen to it like absent of that, but I enjoyed it in any case. Next up we have Enjoy the Show. Oh. Ooh, yeah. Love. Ski Future. Ooh.
Traumas in my life, I've been hesitant to heal it. I just wanna die when I'm at my fucking peak. Drink it slow, don't drink it slow. I don't wanna make it past 34.
Wait! Abel! Abel! You're 34 now! Abel! I hope you mean the Weeknd doesn't want to make it past 34 and not Abel. Girl. Take that back. I've talked about this when I've listened to Taylor Swift songs before, but songs, like, to me, have colors. I feel like, you know, when I'm listening to it, I'm in a color. Every time. Like, Reflections, Laughing, the start of that was like a wheat kind of color. And then it went to that kind of like tealy, muted blue kind of color toward the end of it when it was getting a bit creepier. This song was like honey, amber kind of color. And it just felt like I was like floating for most of it. Fun having our Tay brother Future feature on this song. I love kind of getting these features as surprises because I only know a few of the features on this album based on like what we knew from the concert and stuff like that. And on Spotify, it doesn't say who the features are for some reason. So I am getting them like for the first time. I thought that song was good. I thought that was a really good, another like warming up to something big. So next up we have Given Up on Me. I haven't given up on you, babe. I love this kind of like noir kind of vibe. Like that smoke lounge kind of vibe. Muted piano. Oh! Don't do that. I love the sound of this. Oh! This was a great use of this sample. Fantastic use of this sample. Back to the jazz club. I'm getting nervous.
It's not good for me, no. The sunshine.
Yep. That undercurrent. That song was a wild ride. I had a lot of fun with that. I've been saying, like, you know, with Reflections, Laughing and Given Up on Me, he's really playing with like lots of different kind of narratives and also like completely different genres and like switching up in the middle of the song. But then he kind of brings it back, so it still feels kind of cohesive. It was making me think of when I listened to Hit Me Hard and Soft by Billie Eilish. She has a lot of songs on that album that are like half songs. And there would be moments where, like, listening to the album in full, I was enjoying myself. But, like, I would know that when I was listening to one of those songs that has, like, a half one side, half another side, I was like, well, I won't be saving it because I'm either in the mood for one side or the other kind of thing. But the way that he, like, brings it back around to the start makes it fun. Like, I loved that, like, noir smoking club kind of... What the fuck? Smoke lounge. That's what I meant. Smoking club. That kind of vibe, how it started that way and then it moved into something else and then it moved into something else again and then we kind of went back. That was really fun. No hate to Hit Me Hard and Soft, of course. I like when it's done kind of more that way because then it feels a bit more cohesive in the whole body of the work. Another song that I think does this really well is Girls' Generation. The Boys. I'm pretty sure it's that song. So that's what I was thinking of. Now we're listening to I Can't Wait to Get There, which sounds quite different from the ending of Given Up on Me. So we're kind of, are we stopping now the transition into one another?
The darkness keeps you shining. Shine, shine, shine.
His voice is just so beautiful.
Shine, shine, shine. Just sign on the dotted line.
I love these keys.
Line, line, line. Ooh,
So pretty. Oh, it's so pretty. I love this so much.
this summer, we've been running the numbers. We just shy of a billion. So my grip to Madonna, 'cause the media hate it when they can never control us.
It kind of sounds like, it doesn't like actually sound like this, but it's the first thing that came to my head hearing that. Sounds like Willy Wonka, the one with Gene Wilder in it. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. That's what I was thinking. Why did I sing it so low? I mean, that's how he sings it. Isn't quite those keys, but it sounds a lot like it. So this feels very like, I'm feeling like a sparkly, I was going to say a medium pink. I was going to say magenta, but that's too purple. It's definitely a bit more neutral. If you want to come with my color journey, that's where I am right now.
Try to fucking kill me, spreading misinformation. Try to paint me a villain. Guess I did it to myself.
It's so good.
You need the right complexion for the right protection.
I love that bass. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that was fantastic. I really enjoyed that. That felt good in my ears. Okay, up next we have Timeless, which is a single that we've already heard. Now this one has Playboi Carti on it, who... Do I want to admit this on my channel? I made the connection once that Playboi Carti... I'm gonna say it, be brave. He kind of sounds like Pitbull. And now every time I hear him, I just imagine it's Pitbull as the feature. It's kind of ruined me listening to any of his music. But yeah, so now you've been bestowed that gift. So now when you listen to Timeless and you hear Playboi Carti on it, no, that's Pitbull. I will say I thought this was a weird single. Now, especially given what we've heard on the album. Also, Sao Paulo is such a, like a red herring for what this album sounds like. It is a banger, this song though, but it is like, I still think it's a weird single. Wait, how many people are on this? A lot of people wrote this song. Pharrell's on it. She wanna dale. Like it's a vibe, but it's like, it's not a single to me. Do you know what I mean? I love that. Kind of. I made that sound so stupid, but I love that in the background. I would say Cardi sounds distinctly less Pitbull on that song. Hold on. What song am I thinking of? Fiend? I think it is Fiend, actually. can't tell me that doesn't sound like Pitbull. Okay, so obviously not everything that Cardi's on sounds like Pitbull, but are you with it? Okay, next up we have Niagara Falls. This feels like single in the making.
I used to love you, girl, before the sun goes down in Niagara Falls. Ooh, yeah. You know you can always reach me, trying to see you with your clothes off.
Ooh, ooh.
Give your heart just a borrow, try to help you with the sorrows. You know you can always reach me, cause I know you're running on low.
I love this. Does feel very one note, I'll say, but I'm enjoying it. Not single material, I would say, but I would have said Timeless wasn't single material too, so what the fuck do I know? Where are we going? So pretty. Ooh, the creepy vibes are back. Me, where are we going? Guess what the next song's called? Take Me Back to LA. I really liked that song. It was just a good vibe all the way through. If I was to guess which next song would be a single, personally, I wouldn't have thought that song. But like I said, I wouldn't have thought Timeless either. But I really liked that song. I did think in the moment, I have this like gripe with songs that like they say the name of the song within like the first sentence. Now, I feel like there was enough musical build up for him to get away with saying it within the first few sentences. But I did think it. I went, oh, can he get away with it? But not Sabrina Carpenter, not Taylor Swift. I don't know. It didn't feel so egregious in the beginning. So I'm very eager to find out what Take Me Back to LA sounds like. If it's anything like the end of that song, we're gonna have a good time. So different! This sounds familiar too. That beat we've heard, for sure. I've definitely heard this song. 6 previously teased songs, Wake Me Up, which we know is the start of the album. Take Me Back to LA. So I had heard this on the Sao Paulo concert, but not at my concert. Runaway, Regular, In Heaven, and Sao Paulo. Runaway, not on the album. A lot of them not on the album. So what's he doing with that? There's a lot of songs that are not on the album. Are we getting a double album? Guys, I'm sure there's going to be a deluxe version and maybe these songs are going to feature there. Would be weird to have released Dancing in the Flames and then not put it on the album and then put it on the deluxe after. That would be very weird. But yeah, I love this.
Take me back to a place where the snow would fall on my face.
Banger. Love it. I was going to say it feels like a filler song. Not in the way that Hello, Goodbye or Spring Breakers is on Pratt. It fits the narrative. It fits the sound. It still feels good. No judgment. I'm thinking about when it was on the live show. It was definitely a bit more of a filler moment in the sense that it's like, it's setting the tone, but it's not the moment. Does that make sense? It's not necessarily filler. Maybe there's a better word for what I'm thinking. Either way, I'm loving it. Okay, next up is Big Sleep. I'm scared. Are we talking about the Big Sleep? Abel, you've been worrying me on this album. I love this like pull apart kind of sound. Oh, I'm loving how this feels. This is like chocolate. Oh, I love how he's playing with that. I was waiting for the drop and then it didn't happen. Where are we going? I'm loving where we're going. It's back to Wake Me Up. That sounds just like Wake Me Up. Beautiful. Oh! Oh, it's so good. It's an elevation of that part in Wake Me Up. Oh, doesn't he just sound good? Oh, I just love it. It's so creepy. Oh, I gotta say, some songs just feel like everything to me. Just to put it mildly. If I love Wake Me Up as much as I do, I was chomping at the bit to have this song in my Spotify to be able to listen to it. And so to have kind of a follow-on song from that, Eat as fucking hard as it did, oh, that's so exciting. I would say that those two songs are probably my favorites so far, and Given Up on Me. They're like my three favorites that I'm driving right now, outside of the ones that we've kind of previously had as singles. I really enjoy Sao Paulo. Timeless, I could give or take. I do like it, but like I could give or take it, if you know what I mean. Next up we have Gimme Mercy. We've only got like 6 songs to go, so let's keep it going. I'm loving. It's so dreamy. Beautiful.
Conversations with the sky, mercy on my soul, hoping that it's worth all the bleeding when I'm defeated. Give me mercy like you do, and forgive me like you do.
Oh, I love it. I just love it.
My sins passing by. Ooh, when I'm in the darkness.
I love the sound of that. What can I say? That one was right up my alley. I really enjoyed that. Felt so different from the other ones. It kind of never went creepy. Are we feeling good now, Abel? It was extreme 80s in like the pop era 80s of it all. Okay, next up we have Drive. Drive, one of my favorite movies of all time. Could Drive by The Weeknd be my favorite song? Let's see.
I don't wanna waste your time. Just wanna feel the air on my body. You know
Dirty bass.
I love
Boom.
a time. No me at all. I just wanna drive. I just wanna drive slow. Drive me slow. Just be kind. I'm a child again.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Oh, the harmony. This is so like a performed live song. You know what I mean? This almost makes me want to cry. I'm getting a bit emotional. Beautiful. I was thinking halfway through that, I was like, now this is a song that I'm going to put on when I want to stare at the ceiling. Just lie in bed, stare at the ceiling, no thoughts, head empty, just relax. That was that vibe. Oh, it was beautiful. A lot of these songs have felt like I'm floating, but this one was like I'm suspended in jelly. There's a few songs that have felt suspended in jelly. That song was suspended in jelly. In a good way. Like I'm that's where I'm feeling. That's where I am. Suspended in jelly. Driving. Yeah. Now, I am getting live intel while I'm recording from my partner. He was telling me that the CD has some exclusive songs that we don't have on our digital album. One of them includes Runaway, which we heard on the Sao Paulo show, and also How It Feels. I'm not sure if we heard that one on the Sao Paulo show, but that explains why some of them are missing. He also said that there have been some name updates on there. So like we have Without Warning is the second to last song, which was called The Crowd, and Give Me Mercy, which we just listened to before, was called Africa. That original cover, obviously, elephant in the room, the album cover is different to what we all were imagining it was going to be. Like at the last minute, he changed the album cover, and Tim is saying that he changed his mind halfway through making the album. I don't know what the source is. My source is Tim, so take it up with Tim if that's wrong. But that's so interesting. Given how long this has had like marketing for this album, when did we start hearing about it? August? And January now when it's out. That's a really long time to be like promoting an album and not know when it was going to come out kind of thing. And change everything about it. Anyway. Next up we have The Abyss, where I'm going after my jelly drive. Stunning, beautiful, scary. This... Have we heard this before? I've definitely heard this before. So stunning. Yes, we did hear it on that show. That explains it. I thought that sounded familiar. We're speeding up. It's so good. I love the production on this. That's Lana Del Rey! It's got such like a witchy kind of vibe. I have chills. What do I even say about that? That was incredible. I loved that. Obviously, we didn't have the Lana verse when we first heard that song. I was eating that up. I feel that is a song I'm throwing my head back, hand on the railing. Alternatively, hands on the steering wheel, throwing my head back, flooring it down the highway. That song was so good. That was real cabin in the woods witchy vibe. Oh, I love that so much. Next up we have Red Terror. Let's fucking get it. 3 songs to go. All that womp womp. Feel uneasy after the last song. Oh! This sounds so good. Oh! It's like exactly what I'm expecting to happen in the song in a good way. It's really satisfying. It's the Weeknd, Daddy. I mean, I'm taking it literally. Maybe it's not so literal. It's just occurred to me, he might not be the person that's saying it. That's so beautiful. Ooh. Oh. I loved that. Like I was saying when we were listening to it, it all felt like it was going exactly the way that I thought it was going to go. In a way that like felt satisfying, not in a way that was like predictable, if you know what I mean. I really enjoyed that song. Now we've got Without a Warning. Like I said, was originally named The Crowd. Oh, this is such a different sound. This sounds familiar too. Oh yeah, it was the first song. First song on Sao Paulo. Yes! Okay, now I know why it was called The Crowd. This part is so fucking good. We haven't heard this part because then it went into Wake Me Up. Tomorrow mention. I'm obsessed with it. I love that sound. I could cry over that. That felt like I was at the show. That was so good. That had me feeling the same way as Wake Me Up. Obviously because those songs went together on the show, but that was so exciting. Everywhere that went, oh, I was following right beside me. Okay, now we have Hurry Up Tomorrow, which I'm pretty sure we already know the sound of. Obviously, it is the last track on the digital album. As Tim has found out from his sleuthing, it's not actually the end of the album, which we will have access to. We have got the vinyl record coming at some point. I don't even know what album cover we have because we got I think we got one of the special editions of it when he was dropping them. Like for 2 days, you could buy a special version. I think that's what we got. But yes, let's listen to the last song on this album. I'm having really, truly the best time right now. Sounds nothing like the rest of the album so far. Sounds more churchy. It's praise and worship, guys. This is so personal, and I feel like it's making me so emotional because it feels very raw. Now, I will say before we continue to the end of the song, Tim has given me more intel. I'm gonna need to bring Tim in this video in a second. He just said to queue up the first song on House of Balloons to play after this. Do they fucking go in together? Don't. I'm gonna be emotional about it. So beautiful. Okay, I guess get ready because we've got 15 seconds until our cue. He went to heaven? I don't actually understand. Oh my gosh, that was such a trip. I really liked that, especially as the like end of that trilogy. I thought that really not only fit with those albums, but really added to the story of it all. And I thought was a beautiful way to sign off on that persona, I guess, because I mean, this whole album has kind of been saying like, yeah, I'm done with that. Oh, I really liked it. There were some real standout songs. I think it was really smart of him to have done that once-off performance in Sao Paulo to like start introducing this concept early and start playing some of these songs, getting them going, getting the juices flowing for them. Because now when I think about this album, I think about that show. It adds so much to the whole album. So I think if you like, I mean, obviously you all just watched with me. I was gonna say, if you hadn't heard the album, my like recommendation for place to start, other than obviously listening to the 2 previous albums, would be to watch that Sao Paulo show and see how it's performed and then have visuals ready in your brain for all of those songs specifically, but then just to add to like, yeah, the visuals of the album in your brain, if you get me. I felt like every song was a banger. There wasn't any song that was weak. I think everything made sense. Those little interlude songs, especially in the context of the whole album, they all made sense and I enjoyed them. I loved all the features on there. Let's see if I can encourage Tim to come in. Tim was listening at the same time as me, so if I can get him to come in and tell us what he thought, that'll be fun. We have Tim. Yippee!
I wrote down all my thoughts in a document.
Oh.
Send you a link.
Tim is my, for those who don't know, is my insider info to the Weeknd. So I was saying that this feels like, initially it was like him waking up to be prepared to do this show. Like the last show, like his last performance as the Weeknd was my kind of thinking on it.
Yeah, that makes sense to me, given the names of
the titles. Yeah. The song he was opening the live shows. Yeah, yes, that, and then the what?
One of the
Without a Warning.
Oh,
that one, Without a Warning, and then it goes into Wake Me Up.
Yeah, my notes get less as it goes on.
We fucking got
as my attention waned.
Oh, okay. Did you enjoy it overall? Did you think there was too many songs?
I think it was very long.
Yeah.
I failed to keep my attention on it for the entire time. I kept getting distracted.
Gasoline vibes, that's a good call for Open Hearts.
I definitely enjoyed the first third the most.
I agree.
Which had all the energetic songs.
Yeah. Did the single version have the crowd? No, I was thinking that. The single version. Do you think that the crowd from the Sao Paulo show was recorded and put in that song? That was my thought.
Good question.
And even in the Without a Warning, I wonder if that crowd was recorded for that as well.
Maybe.
This song was so interesting. Reflections and Laughing. Reminds me of Pink Floyd. Interesting. Travis. Oh, yeah.
It was produced by him.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, Future. When I heard the screw. I can't wait to get that non-Weeknd sounding. I think I had that thought. And Ariana should have done backing vocals. That's
the song
good
was produced by her producer, so it made sense to do. I'm surprised with lack of features. I expected more.
Really?
Although I suppose the previous 2 albums didn't have many.
Thank you for coming in and sharing your thoughts. I love having Tim's thoughts because he's so insightful on music stuff, especially with little things that I don't pick up on because he listens to like more, this kind of style of music, whereas The Weeknd is my in on this kind of style of music. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me and Tim for this first reaction. I hope that you all enjoyed it as well. So thank you all so much. I will see you all very soon for another fun video. But until then, I hope that you stay safe, stay hydrated, and I will see you all next time.